Hello there, I'm Boo, or Jamie, and I like drawing, maximizing my hours in all the Pokemon games to find shinies, and I like to complain about lore in World of Warcraft. Hello, and welcome back to a new episode on the channel. Today we have another Wednesday, another Great Waltz, and a lot of other stuff. And first things first, good news guys, it's Sign of the Warrior and bonus event Dragonflight dungeons? Wait, what? The final boss of each Dragonflight dungeon will drop an extra item. Now, maybe I'm not really up with the new stuff, but last time I checked, I think we were already in the War Within. But hey, maybe this is also a very intense campaign to make Dragonflight relevant again, 2 months after it ended. But let's see, maybe this will also switch to the War Within dungeons. Nope. Still Dragonflight dungeons. Okay. Well then, I guess we're gonna go to the Dragonflight dungeons later to get this weekly quest done, which should be over here, right? Yeah. Emissary of War. I mean, this is giving us heroic Nerubian treasures, and we can do this on heroic or mythic difficulty, which is really neat because that means that I can do this with some of my characters that are not that well equipped, which is always appreciated. But first, we're gonna zoom this very long way over here to the Great Vault, obviously, because we cannot possibly walk here. And we're gonna generate some loot for devastation. Oh yeah, let's see. Okay, we get the Raid Finder feet and our LFR hands. Nice. We have some heroic dungeon loot from the Wrath of the Lich King dungeon event. And we also have a 660 chest that is already tier. Or a cloak on veteran. Yeah, I don't know which one to pick. To be fair, usually I love to pick transmog from this vault, but since these feet are relatively easy to get, if it were the shoulders, maybe I would think about it, especially if they would be from normal or heroic. But LFR you can spam with so many characters, and it's LFR, right? So I think I'm gonna pick the loot for more damage, even though I'm not even sure. Do I already have a... No, I don't have a hero chest. Why would I have a hero chest? Whatever. Let's pick this one. Also, it's indestructible. That means we have a lot less repairing to do with this one, which is very cool. Which now also means that we can rock this beautiful chest. I mean, we already had this beautiful chest, so not that exciting, but whatever. Let me quickly buy something to enchant this, and let's also check out if the enchantments are not super expensive anymore. Wait, maybe I should also select chest. Yeah, I think this is I think this still runs as super expensive, but I know that 8,000 gold is not what it used to be, but also you know, from my weekly chests, I get 100 to 200 gold per chest, and stuff also costs this much. Like, never mind. You know what? I think I've talked about this enough. But since this is a heroic chest that we will wear until the end of this patch, I guess I will just buy this. Wait, is this even the right one? Agility, mana pool, strength. Yeah. 7,700 gold. My god. For an enchantment on the chests. This expansion is so expensive. The War Within for real. The War Within these prices, maybe. Alrighty, my hunter had a little operation and is now even more sexy than he was before. I really gotta say, I dig this model. I dig this human male model, which is impressive because usually I don't really like the human male models in World of Warcraft. But I mean, we look even better as this guy, obviously, but very hard to beat. Really hard to beat the new Worgen models. Really gotta say. I think they are pretty high on my most beautiful races in World of Warcraft list. Also, we get a zoom to the War Within because we were still hanging out in Dalaran, because yesterday, shortly before the Wrath of the Lich King dungeon event ended, I found out that there is new stuff that you can buy from the Timewalking vendors next time, which is also okay, I guess, because they want all the new stuff to launch with the anniversary event, so we're all stressed out that we have way too much stuff that we want to buy. And then we're gonna get some new stuff, some new transmog weapons, I think, some new mounts, and also some tabards for the Hand of Vengeance, which is the Horde faction, and also the Explorers League, which is the Alliance faction. And as always, the Horde gets the really cool tabard, and the Alliance is also there. Man, stuff like that really makes me so salty that I'm mostly playing Alliance at the moment, because Alliance, even though Alliance gets preferred in every way that is story-based, Horde just always has the stylish stuff, let's be honest here. Okay, generating loot for survival. Let's hope for a weapon or transmog, or maybe both. Okay, that looks pretty, yeah, that looks awfully bad. Oh my, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't do any raiding last week, I didn't do any M+ last week, I didn't really have the time, and when I was online I'd rather did stuff for videos or transmog runs. So my Great Vault is basically just the, I think 8 delves that I did last week. I didn't do the 8th, and now I'm kinda salty that I didn't. But I was talking about it on length in my last video. I don't think delves are that great, and I really don't wanna kill my enjoyment of them before the expansion is even out for half a year. So I'm not trying to do too much, but man, this is a sad vault. I guess this helmet would be smart because it's hero and I could upgrade it to the last tier, but also this one has a socket and yeah. Yeah. You know what? Let's just leave this problem for a future, Mel. How about it? Alrighty. While I'm thinking long and hard about the mistakes of the past of not doing enough delves, so I have 3 options there. I also wanted to give a little shout out that I created a little poll yesterday, or rather the day before yesterday, asking you guys if you would be up for watching a much longer but also much slower video of mine maybe in the future, because as you know, the patch 11.0.5 is coming out next week and I'm definitely planning to level a Drakthir Hunter. And really gotta say, I would like to level a little bit more than just for the length of a video, so I thought maybe I'd just take you along for a well, let's say less edited and less cut video, which would also obviously include times where I'm not constantly yapping and also wouldn't have so many cuts in between. And so far the poll looks like some of you would really enjoy that. So just a little shout out if you want to head over, it's in the community tab of my channel. You can definitely also leave your impressions or your ideas there in the comments section if you want. But otherwise, probably there's gonna be a very long leveling video up next week where I'm also going to try my best not to cut everything. Which is also going to be very exciting for me because I enjoy editing my videos this much, but you know, sometimes you gotta try out some new stuff. Oh yeah, also a little shout out. I saw that online and I haven't checked it out myself yet, but apparently only the War Within dungeons count for these, so not the dungeons from Battle for Azeroth and Shadowlands, which is obviously a little bit yucky because they are in the random heroic dungeon finder. So yeah, not really sure what to make of that. Maybe we will need to sign up for specific dungeons, I suppose. I mean, I'm really not in the mood to do City of Threats, but I mean, whoever is. But let's find a group. You know what? I can also sign up for maybe Mists, since Mists is a dungeon that is rather quickly done. So we can check if that one, if it pops out, also counts for this quest or doesn't. And while we're waiting on the queue to pop for a dungeon, I wanted to do something really special with you guys because I was in Antoros for mock purposes, but you will never guess what dropped There it is, Tashalah. I haven't learned it yet. It dropped on my paladin, on one of my many paladins. And I thought that I learned it with you guys around since we kinda started the grind. Well, we didn't start it together, but we continued it together. And now I truly have almost everything from that stupid dungeon. So, without further ado... Ta-dam! You collected Tashalah. Ain't that sweet? Okay. Gimme that sword. I mean, that is gorgeous. That is a gorgeous sword. I was trying to hype it down a little bit, so I'm not so salty about it never dropping, but I really gotta say, mwah. Very cool design, and I would be almost in the mood to create a mock set around it, but I really gotta say, this one, like this combination of the mythic Sanctum of Domination and the normal questing set of the Venthyr, I love this set. I don't really want to remog it at the moment. That's why I'm constantly in my little bad boy edgelord outfit at the moment. But I bet you can relate. And also don't mind me flexing that I got this before the 20th anniversary because I've been playing for 5 years longer, okay? Mostly because, man, Dragonflying, it looks cool on many mounts, but some mounts, and especially my beautiful, beautiful Lady Invincible, they just look stupid with it enabled. Like, I'm really sorry, I love flying on Invincible usually, but when I have this mode enabled, I do not really like to use her. I kinda wish that maybe they would have given her like a running animation, but also I find it very goofy on most horses that they gave it to, so I'm also not really sure what to do with some of these mounts. I also think that the Shackled Urzul looks really stupid with the dragon flying enabled, but I know that that is also personal preference, and I can also just turn it off, obviously, but it's just sad. It's sad that I never like to use my favorite mounts in this mode, it seems, which obviously also makes me use mounts that I don't really use that often, so yay. And also I thought, now that we've used Tashalah, we will use the time in the queue continuously wisely, because there are some other raids that I've been farming that I haven't really been farming on the channel yet. And one of these raids that I'm farming a little bit at least is the Crucible of Storms, which is over here. It is a very hidden mid-tier raid that was released in, you won't believe it, Battle for Azeroth. And this is another old god themed raid. If you've ever done the Xal'atath quest, the hidden one from BFA, then you probably know this raid anyway. And apart from really, really cool old god music playing here, this is an additional raid to Battle for Dazar. It was a lot harder than Battle for Dazar though, and gave you some crazy loot options in which all the items had like some special effects that both gave you power but also took power from you, which I thought was a really cool thing. And apart from dropping some loot that just fits the aesthetic of Dazar because it shares the models with it, it also drops you some weapons. In fact, these two weapons that cannot drop anywhere else style-wise, and I already have all of them. The Trident of the Deep Ocean looks the same on every difficulty, but I'm still missing this Pillar of the Drowned Cabal on Heroic, so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put this on Heroic, and we're just gonna zoom in here, because it drops from the first boss, and the cool thing about these mid-tier raids usually is that they only have bosses and a little bit of trash, and especially if you're just here for the first boss, then good news, this is a very quick ordeal because they're already over there, and by now they are easily soloable in all the difficulties, which is really good. Also, fun little fact, for some reason this bugs out. If your DBM skips the cutscene, you will fall down after the cutscene is over, but I just noticed that it's really neat. If you don't want to do the second boss, you can just run out and reset the dungeon if you need the weapons from the first boss on a different difficulty. So I don't know if this is intended. If it is, thank you. Bugs working in our favor. You love to see it. As you could see, I was not lucky and did not get the other weapon, but I mean, I got all the other weapons last week, so you know, I'm not really complaining. And also, as you can see here, I went to Ulduar and I completed this set as well. So yay, we have all the sets from Ulduar, which is really cool because this is also one of my favorite sets in general, in all the difficulties and in all the colors. horse. Sadly, it doesn't have feet. I mean, it also doesn't have a girdle, which you can also see with this very thin line over here. But it's more annoying that it doesn't have feet. There are some feet that are fitting, obviously, but I always think it's so stupid if they don't take care of stuff like this. Anyway, I don't know how to say this respectfully, but Deathwing has a thick bum, which is good. And also there is our invite. So let's see what we're gonna get. Ah, okay, Mist of Tenor Scythe. Okay. Let's see if this will count. I'm really excited for the rework of the Survival Hunter, because Survival Hunters are also getting a little bit of a rework. Oops, and I didn't use Feign Death. I'm slacking, guys. I'm slacking. I'm sorry. We still managed. Somehow. Furious Thrashing. Literally me when I open my weekly world. Come on, Mr. Tank. Bring me a dream. Pom, pom, pom. I cannot wait for my stupid sentinel circle to be visible to everyone, especially my tank. Although, I gotta say, I have the feeling that it will not change much, because tanks are still gonna drag everything out of there. I bet. Hello. Where's my tank? There she is. And now one of the most fun boss fights. Oh yeah. I mean, they dropped Titan Disc fragments, so they should count for the other quest as well, right? Maybe that was also an NA thing, and the good thing about Europe always getting the second day after treatment is that we also don't have as many bugs as NA has, so maybe that was also an American thing only. Alright, did someone pay attention? Yeah, our little dwarven friend did. What a trooper. And now someone didn't pay attention and just ran into a wall. That is also one way to find out which one is the correct way. What do we have here? A flower with a circle and a leaf with a circle. Well, I guess it's the leaf, right? Let's go. Yep, it is. And I'm really not good at this riddle. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if Tread Over will count as a boss for the quest. I really hope so. Because then we can also just do random dungeons and get the incredible, I think, 100 gold that we will get once per day for that, I think. Oh yeah! Hell yeah! She counted. Oh yeah! Okay, so that was probably an NA thing. So let's get out of here and let's do this and this. And now, let's get some transmog while we wait. Do you think we can tame it? I actually never tried that out. Kapow! No. Of course not. Ah! But you can drop me a battle pet. Which you didn't. But that's okay. I'm just salty about the fact that I cannot tame you. Alrighty. We did 2 heroic dungeons so far, and both of them were not the War Within dungeons, so that's really good. And now we're gonna zoom over to actually one of my favorite raids that I've ever raided, which is the Eternal Palace, which is over here in Najata, that you have to do a little introduction questline to be even able to go here, which I would always recommend because honestly, Najata, that is one of my favorite zones in the entirety of World of Warcraft and absolutely worth the hype. And I wish that it would have been an entire expansion, but here we are. That was back when Blizzard kinda just dumped all the old god stuff down the drain, because I don't think they really believed into that back then. But anyway, we are back in the queue and waiting, and I've done quite a lot of Eternal Palace the past few weeks actually, but there are still a few weapon transmog missing from the heroic version. And also, now that you can get transmog with everyone from everything, heroic and mythic Eternal Palace are very exciting to run in any case, because they have a chance to drop you the very, very rare Pauldrons of Zakul, which you can only mark on plate wearers, mind you, but those are super cool old god themed shoulder transmogs that look like the armor of the boss himself, which is always really cool. I think they can only drop from heroic and mythic. I don't... Wait. I was stupid and looked up loot. I don't think they can drop on normal, but let me quickly fact check this. Nope, they cannot drop in normal. So, heroic and mythic are your friends. But as you can see here, this is heroic and mythic is only slightly more difficult life-wise, so yeah, you should be more than capable of doing this. And this is actually one of these raids that I've only raided with my hunter, which is why I already had the mythic set completed, which is this one, by the way, which I think is a really cool male set. But I never had any of the other ones, and I'm also missing most of the other sets as well for the other armor types. So this is one of these raids where with almost every boss I will always get something to mock, which is always a very good feeling. And man, I can tell you, this raid was so much fun. Queen of Hearts is still to this day one of my favorite villains from World of Warcraft, even though she only had a little bit of screen time within the game. But even in that screen time, she was really cool, and of course now pops the first dungeon, so I think we will have to do all of this walking again. Also, isn't it kind of funny how we hadn't had a single The War Within dungeon so far? Oh, and now we have an Illidan as our tank, and Illidans are always notoriously zooming. They cannot stand still for the life of them. It's simply not possible. But that is okay. I get that. I also don't like to stand still. Let's kill some Maldraxxus deflectors. Eat my bombs. And also eat all of the other stuff I can throw at you. For example, an eagle. Also stop draining the fluids of my friends. Ah! And now no one will save me from this. Isn't that this dungeon in a nutshell? You're making sure that your friends are not getting drained and you're just getting drained. Blind Bone. It's kind of funny. The mage and I just hold heroism at the same time. Eleanor really wants to let this Sol Ramon's gatekeeper know what up. Olash Paragon, there is nothing you can do to stop us. These interactions, I've heard them so many times. But this reminds me of good and plus times, so yay. I like being in a Necrotic Wake. It's a very exhausting key, but just gives me a good feeling, you know? Let's get flown up there by awkwardly being held by the face. I still don't really understand the way these guys transport us, and I don't know why ever since Shadowlands Blizzard has been obsessed with making sure that people that have wings don't like to transport us somewhere, even though we're always doing their dirty work. But I bet it's very deep. Ow. I like the way this tank thinks. He thinks for us damage dealers. As always appreciated. I know that Stitch Flash is pretty bad, but this boss, man, this boss gave me so much headaches. Please don't send me down. Also, my guy, could you just... Thank you. Please don't send me down. I don't know the timings anymore. No. Ah! That wasn't it. I swear I knew it once. I mean, at least they send your pet down with you nowadays. Back in the day, sometimes it was just stuck upstairs. And then you had to release your pet. Now, that was fun. Let's get out of here and start again with the Eternal Palace. You know what? I'm just gonna wait here. I'm gonna sign up. And we're gonna see each other again once I'm done with the last dungeon. That's smart people stuff. Also, it's kind of cute how my spider is swimming, honestly. I like that animation. Alright guys, sorry, I have very long loading screens, but I don't think you mind. I think you can manage without me. And I cannot wait for Fury of the Eagle to have a faster channeling speed, because it's gonna get that. And even though I I don't think that Survival Hunter is one of the classes that has the most dire needs of a little rework, I'm still glad about the changes that they're gonna do, because they're gonna simplify, or rather push the whole AoE GCDs a little bit closer together, which is a change that I can definitely live with. Let me put this on top of your head, tank. Thank you. Kapow! I love kill shot. It's such a cool ability. Let's go! Oh, I am not the tank. Alright, let's go, pretty boys and girls. Hello? Come on. I want a critical kill shot while he still has the debuff on. Bam! Man, that wasn't very critical. That wasn't a crit at all. I don't even think I empowered that thing. Man, what am I doing with this class? Alrighty, we are back. We have completed all of our dungeons, which means that at home there is a heroic chest waiting for us. And onwards we move through the Eternal Palace, which, like I said, is one of my favorite raids, but one thing I really don't like about this raid, but that has little to do with the raid and rather with the way that Blizzard sometimes does their loot systems. Yeah, to complete these sets you need a cloak, and the cloak has the beautiful chance to drop from trash. And trash only, and yes, on all difficulties. And I mean, I haven't really checked the prices in a long time. The last time these cloaks were still going for like 200k each piece, because people know that they are the only way to complete these stupid sets. And given most people don't really care about cloaks and wrists and stuff like that, but yeah, if you want to complete sets, then you need this stuff, which is very annoying. And so far I haven't had the chance to see a single one of these random drops drop. So anyway, joining the list of stuff that I really wish you could tame someday, the Blackwater Behemoth. Man, this pet, I would rather like to tame this pet than Gronk, not gonna lie. I think this is a perfect, beautiful, amazing, gorgeous pet that never, ever, ever drops Diver's Folly, by the way. I don't really think that I have seen this stupid axe drop more than like 2 times while I was raiding this. This used to be like a biz item for everyone that could wield it, especially demon hunters and combat rogues, obviously. And yeah, that's also, I don't have a single one of these stupid axes as transmog, which is okay as a survival hunter because I can't mog them, but yeah, not so okay for some of my other classes. Also, while we're on the topic of that, you know, I always found it very weird that they didn't include a dual wield option for survival. I mean, to be fair, witnessing the way they handled this with the Fury Warrior over the years, with them just ignoring the single-minded Fury existing and just saying, well, it's bad, so don't use it, haha. I don't think we would get much from that, but I mean, given the fact that back in the day hunters did use to wear either a staff or a pole arm or anything else that would give you agility, or to one-handed weapons that would give you the same amount of stats, it would have been very fitting, no? I think so. I think it would have been very fitting. I mean, I always like to think of Nathanos as one of the Beastmasters / survival hunters that we have in this game. And that dude had 2 axes. I'm just saying. Which, by the way, just makes it more ridiculous that survival hunters can't be Dark Rangers, but yeah. Also, I really shouldn't skip trash, huh? I really should kill all the trash to have a chance to get my stupid cloak that I will never mock, but that I need to complete this set. World of Warcraft. Sometimes you're so fun. You know, I'm just saying, I get it. I would also surf Azshara. Look at her. Sometimes it is important if you're gorgeous or not. And she is gorgeous, has an amazing voice actress, and is also very powerful. And then there's actually a good villain. Wow! Remember those? Drop me something that I need. I don't even know if you dropped me something that I need. I mean, apparently you did. For some other classes. I know that I have already not gotten this pole arm that I think looks amazing, but a good thing is that beautiful pole arm drops from the first boss, so you can just zoom with a lot of other characters through this, because that is the beauty of the new transmog system, which I very much appreciate. When they announced it, I kind of thought that, oh wow, it's gonna be so easy to farm transmog now, like you're gonna go once into a raid and you're gonna be done with half of your sets. But hello, one of you, random loot? No? Okay. But I really gotta say, it still takes a lot of time to actually farm something, because just because you can gather transmog-wise everything that drops doesn't mean that the stuff that drops is usable. There are still sometimes cases where bosses just drop me 5 times the same item, although I gotta say, that happens a lot more in Shadowlands content than it does in BFA. I mean, BFA is the better expansion, so maybe that's also the reason, but shh. Don't let the BFA hating crew hear that. Oh my god, guys, we got a Razor Coral. Man, this was the best trinket back then. Everyone wanted that trinket. I witnessed unspeakable things happen in TeamSpeak and Discord over this stupid trinket. Honestly, Eternal Palace is one of the most beautiful and coolest looking raids in the entire game, in my very humble opinion. And kapow, 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 and that is just a helmet and not a weapon. Or Gazoa, how dare you? I was here for a weapon, I know that. Wait, which one am I missing now? Or Gazoa. Ah, the trident. Oh man, that is a beautiful trident. Well, I guess we will be back. You know, I'm just saying, we didn't really take care of all these unhatched eggs, now did we, huh? There are still multiple horrors that can be released into the world. All I'm saying, guys, is she's really pretty, okay? I get it. I get it. It didn't drop me the dagger. Look at this beautiful dagger. Not only is this one of the most beautiful raids in existence, it also drops some of the most beautiful weapons in existence. And I gotta say, some of these sets are a little bit lackluster in a way, but I'm pretty sure that you can do something with most of these. And many people have kind of forgotten about this raid. I don't really know why. Maybe because it is a BFA raid, and BFA was also similar to Shadowlands, very grindy if you wanna do this content nowadays. Like, you still have to do a lot of quest lines, and a lot of that is still relatively hidden unless you always wanna read a Wowhead guide, which I think Blizzard thinks that everyone wants to do, but is not really true. And yeah, like I said, this guy drops his shoulders, obviously, for plate wearers, but nowadays, obviously, also to everyone else. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Nope. But I think they have a very, very, very low chance to drop. I don't think I've ever seen them drop while I was raiding this. And I was raiding this a lot. So, yeah. I think they have a very, very low chance. But whatever. I mean, we're still missing a few weapons, so we're just gonna come back. And also, I think there is a skip quest, if I remember that correctly, that will immediately deliver you to Zakul, so you can also farm it relatively easy for your plate wearers. And now we're gonna go to the queen herself, and into one of the coolest boss rooms that this game has to offer. Once Chandris, that still doesn't have a model for herself, will open this portal for us. And here we are, arriving early to the party, and here is the party. I mean, the party queen isn't here yet, but she will shortly arrive. There they come. Man, this looks so cool, you know? We're like deep, deep, deep underneath the sea, because down there, as you can probably guess, is Nizoth's prison, which is such a cool visual. Man, this is... I will never stop gushing about how beautiful this raid and this whole part of Azeroth and this whole part of Battle for Azeroth is. And man, give me one of these undersea thingies to tame, honestly. Or as a mount, imagine. And don't put any fancy armor on them. Just leave them like this. They're beautiful the way they are. Alrighty, but now we're gonna use this device and start the encounter, which nowadays is also soloable, which is very neat because last expansion, this really was a pain in the bum if you tried it on your own. And yeah, this is, by the way, also the raid that if you do some inappropriate emotes towards Azshara, she will kill you. She will make you throw up, turn you against your friends, and also just kill you if you do something like flirt with her, because obviously you are beneath her. I mean, duh, look at her. Also, did you drop me anything cool? Not really. I think I was here for your staff, and that doesn't look like a staff. No, it doesn't. This one. Gorgeous weapon. So many gorgeous things in this raid. Anyway, let's talk to Chandris? No, Thalyssra probably. Yeah. And she's gonna port us out, which is very cool, which just means that you can jump right back in and do this on a different difficulty if you want. Alrighty, and now as our little act of defiance, we're gonna get our heroic Nerubian treasures. Bow. And now, amidst all this Najata loot, let's see. A ring. Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe I will sim this, but oh my god, I I hate getting rings or trinkets or necklaces from this stuff. Like, yeah, that's cool if it's biz, but I want transmog. I do this for transmog. I don't care about this other stuff. Let's stab this random dude. Aggression. Well, with the weather in WoW kinda reflecting my my mood when it comes to this week of loot that my hunter got so far, I'm gonna end today's episode right here and now. I thank you so much as always for watching. This was fun as always. I am so excited for the anniversary patch, for the anniversary event, for all the stuff that's gonna release with that. And while I'm just in the waiting room for that, I'm just mostly doing transmog runs, and that is one of the things that I love the most about doing in World of Warcraft, and well, many of you also enjoy doing that, so I'm just continuously taking you along, and you guys seem to like that. In any case, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a like or a comment. It helps and I appreciate it so much. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider doing that as well. And I think we're gonna have one more usual and regular video until I will probably do a very long, uncut, mostly video leveling our new little Dragthier hunter. And yeah, I'm really excited for that one. And I'm gonna say, I'll see you in the next video. And until then, bye bye.